Before the world stirs, before your feet touch the floor, before the demands of the day press in, there is a sacred moment, a gentle breath of stillness, a quiet space between sleep and wakefulness where God waits, not with urgency, but with open arms, not with demands, but with love. He waits for you to notice him, to begin again, to start this day not in haste, but in his presence. This moment is not ordinary. It's not just a part of your routine or another box to check off before the real day begins. This is the beginning. This is the most real part of your day, because everything that follows flows from here. And what you plant in this quiet space, faith, surrender, gratitude, will echo through your choices, your conversations, and the energy you carry into the world. Sometimes we think prayer must be eloquent, that it must be filled with grand words or deep revelations. But often, God speaks in silence. He moves in whispers, and all he wants is your heart undistracted, open, available. In a world that constantly shouts, there's power in stillness. There's clarity in quiet, and there's healing in the pause. Let this be the place where you stop trying to fix everything, where you stop reaching for control, where you stop rehearsing worries in your mind before the day even starts. Instead, let this be the place where you simply exist with God. No masks, no pressure, just presence. He already knows what you're carrying, the burdens, the fears, the things you haven't spoken aloud. You don't have to impress him. He's not waiting for a performance, he's waiting for surrender. Because when you are still, when you make space for him, he fills it with peace. A peace that isn't logical. A peace that doesn't depend on what's happening around you. A peace that is rooted in who he is. In this quiet time, you are reminded that you are not alone, that your value is not determined by your productivity, that you are loved before you do anything. This is a radical truth in a world that tells you the opposite. But here, in this space, you return to what is eternal, to what is unshakable, to what doesn't change when the world does. Maybe today will be easy. Maybe it won't. Maybe there are conversations ahead that will stretch you, responsibilities that will test your limits, unexpected news that could shake your ground. But you don't walk into any of it alone. You walk with the one who goes before you, the one who holds your past, your present, and your future in the palm of his hand. So take this moment, right now, to breathe, to acknowledge God, to say not with perfection, but with sincerity, I need you. Not just to get through the day, but to be grounded in it, to see it rightly, to live it intentionally. Let this quiet time shape your perspective before the noise begins. Let it fill you before the world tries to drain you. Your soul wasn't made for constant stimulation. It was made for connection, and this connection begins in stillness. God is not far, he is near, nearer than the thoughts racing through your mind, nearer than the worry sitting in your chest. He is here, now, with you. Speak to him like you would a friend. Tell him your hopes, tell him your fears, or just sit with him and say nothing at all. Sometimes the most powerful prayers have no words, just the act of turning your heart toward him is enough. And when you do, he responds, not always with answers, but always with himself. That is the gift. Not that your day will be perfect, not that all your problems will disappear, but that you will not face them alone, that your spirit will be anchored in something greater than circumstances, that you will move forward from this moment carrying peace, carrying purpose, carrying presence. So before anything else happens, pause, not just physically, but spiritually. Invite God into this new beginning, not as a guest, but as the center. And really trust that when He is at the center, even the chaos can't undo you. Let your first breath be one of surrender. Let your first thought be one of gratitude. And let this quiet time become your strength for the day ahead. There is something sacred about mornings that we often overlook. In the rush to get ready, to check the time, to think ahead, something gets lost. That quiet invitation from God, come away with me. Not because He needs your attention, but because your soul does. It is thirsty for peace, for truth, for grounding in something eternal. And only one voice can satisfy that need. When you pause to be with God at the start of your day, you're not just doing something spiritual, you are doing something vital. It's like tuning your heart to the right frequency so you can recognize His guidance in the moments to come, the conversations you'll have, the decisions you'll face, the emotions you'll carry. You begin to see them through the eyes of faith instead of fear. This quiet time, this inner sanctuary, is not about escaping the world. It's about entering it from a place of clarity. It's about carrying stillness into noise, light into darkness, grace into pressure. You're not trying to make life easier. You're choosing to walk it with God, which makes all the difference. Because when you begin with God, you remember who you are. You are not just a person with a to-do list. You are a child of the Most High. You are seen. You are loved. You are strengthened from within by the One who never grows weary. And in this place of stillness, He begins to gently rearrange what matters most. He softens your heart where it has grown hard. He calms the storms you've been trying to silence on your own. He realigns your thoughts when they've wandered toward anxiety or resentment. And He reminds you that no matter what happens today, you have access to His peace at all times. This time with God is not a task, it's a lifeline, and yet it's easy to forget. Easy to treat it like a ritual instead of a relationship. But the truth is, God doesn't want your performance. He wants your presence. He wants you to come as you are, not as you think you should be. Let this morning be different. Let this morning be honest. Maybe your heart feels distant. Maybe your mind is overwhelmed. Maybe your faith feels small. It's okay. You don't need to fix it before coming to Him. Just come. Bring the mess. Bring the silence. Bring the ache. God is not intimidated by your weakness. He meets you in it. Sometimes we wait to feel spiritual before we pray. But prayer isn't about how we feel, it's about who we're turning to. And when you speak, even in weakness, He listens. When you sit in stillness, He surrounds you. When you simply say, Lord, I'm here, it moves His heart more than eloquent words ever could. This is the power of quiet time. Not in how loud your faith sounds, but in how deep it roots you. It changes how you respond to stress. It strengthens your spirit against temptation. It opens your eyes to beauty you would have otherwise missed. And it teaches you that even in the most ordinary moments, God is near. Take this truth with you today. Peace is not the absence of problems. Peace is the presence of God in the midst of them. And when you begin your day wrapped in His presence, the weight you carry becomes lighter, the tension loosens, the unknown loses its grip, because you are not walking through this day alone. So breathe deeply, release what you can't control. Ask God to go before you, to walk beside you, and to guard your heart. And then trust Him enough to let go. Trust that He knows what you don't. Trust that His plans are greater than your fears. Trust that the quiet you're cultivating now will speak louder than chaos ever could. Let this time be your anchor. Return to it in your heart when the noise rises again. Remember that you are held. Remember that you are heard. And remember that even the smallest moment spent with God is never wasted. It reshapes your thoughts. It restores your strength. It realigns your soul with what truly matters. God is not asking you to have it all together. He's simply inviting you to begin again with Him. And when you do, when you center your morning around His voice, everything shifts. Not because life changes, but because you change. And that change is powerful. It makes you more patient, more grounded, more aware of His goodness in the midst of ordinary things. So linger here for just a little longer. Let this be the fuel you need, not just for today, but for the days ahead. Let this become your rhythm, your breath, your place of refuge. Let the world wait a little longer while you rest in the arms of the one who calls you His. As the quiet of this morning begins to fade and the world starts to press in, let this moment stay with you. Let the stillness linger in your spirit, not as something you leave behind, but as something you carry. This time with God was never meant to end when you open your eyes or stand up to face the day. It was meant to become part of you, a thread of peace running through the hours that follow. There will be distractions, interruptions, noise that tries to pull you away from what matters most. But now you know the difference between hurry and purpose, between busyness and presence. And when you feel that familiar weight returning of pressure, of fear, of doubt, you can return to this stillness in your heart, even in the middle of it all. God doesn't just meet you in the silence of the morning. He walks with you into your meetings, your chores, your errands, your phone calls, your decisions. He is there when no one else sees your efforts, when the burden feels invisible, when you're smiling outwardly but silently longing for rest. He is there in every breath, every step, every moment in between. And when you walk with Him really, walk with Him, you begin to notice things you would have missed. A small kindness that warms your heart. A moment of beauty in the middle of routine. A word of encouragement that feels like it was spoken just for you. These aren't coincidences. They are glimpses of grace. Echoes of the quiet time you started with. Evidence that God is not far away, but intimately involved. So don't let this connection be a one-time ritual. Let it become your rhythm, your lifestyle. Let it be the lens through which you view the world. Let it shift your priorities. Let it humble your pride. Let it guide your choices. The more you cultivate this space, this sacred, daily moment of quiet with God, the more resilient your spirit becomes. Not because you've become stronger, but because you've become more surrendered. You no longer need to prove yourself. You no longer have to carry the weight of everything alone. You know who holds you, and that changes everything. It changes how you react when plans fall apart. It changes how you speak to people who frustrate you. It changes how you face uncertainty because you are no longer doing it in your own strength. You are rooted, anchored, centered in something far greater than yourself. Let today be a seed. Not a destination, but a beginning. A quiet yes to a deeper relationship with the one who made you. And in time, you'll see how even the smallest decision to start your day with God leads to bigger transformation. Not all at once, not with fireworks, but slowly, deeply, steadily. And if ever you find yourself drifting, if your mornings become rushed again, or you forget to put this, God doesn't withdraw. He waits every single day, not with disappointment, but with open arms, ready to speak again, ready to heal, ready to fill. ready to remind you that His presence is not earned. It is offered right here, right now. Again, so take this one last breath before you go. Inhale peace, exhale fear. Let His love fill the spaces where worry tried to take root. And as you step into your day, carry this truth. You are never alone, never forgotten, never without access to peace. If this moment spoke to your heart, if you felt the presence of God here with you, consider sharing this quiet time with someone who needs it too. There is someone out there searching for peace, longing for rest, and your simple act of sharing might be the doorway they didn't know they needed. And if you'd like to receive more moments like this, daily encouragement, peaceful reflections, and quiet time with God, feel free to subscribe and join this growing space of rest and renewal. Let's walk this journey together, step by step, morning by morning. Until then, carry this quiet within you. Let it become your strength. Let it be your compass. Let it remind you that God doesn't just want to be part of your day. He wants to walk every step of it with you.